We are here at UK Games Expo, and I'm Tom, obviously, with House Rule, and we are looking at horror in the library today, and I'm joined by Marcus, who was the designer.
I was the designer.
Yeah, here we go.
I think I'm still the designer.
Yeah, and you were, so this was your first game, solo project as a game, so I know you've done a few more.
That was scary in its own right.
So I was kind of curious what your inspiration was as your first solo project to do a nice little horror in the library game.
Yeah, so I wanted to make a game that I thought was accessible for families. Yep. That was the first thing. And I thought I wanted to try and add some play mechanics of more big, complicated games, but make it simple, keep it simple. And I wanted to get a theme in there that was exciting for everybody. Yeah. So I went back and I thought, well, what do I love? I love doing horror. I love doing horror comics. I love horror films. So I thought I'd do a Victorian horror game rather than your typical, Mansions of Madness, Eldritch horror, things like that. But I wanted to combine the kind of ghosty and monstery horror. So that's why the logo looks the way it does. And one of my inspirations was the House on Haunted Hill, the original.
Yeah, I played it, Mansions of Madness, Betrayal. There's a lot that comes in it, a lot of components, but this is just a lot simpler and nicer. And like you said, it could be played by anyone really, which is what I enjoyed for it. What are we expecting to see in this realm, and how would people expect to play within the realm when they arrive? Now,
before we can talk about the end phase, I think we need to have a word about what happens when people are searching. Now, when multiple players are searching, they put their search markers down on the drawers and in the bookcase. Now, when you're playing a 4-player game and there are 4 search markers, what happens is every marker, you're imbuing the room with psychic energy. Too much psychic energy will trigger an event.
And this is the best part.
And then we have monsters are summoned. And then we have our level 1 monsters and our level 2 monsters. It's a simple system, isn't it? So let's get this one.
That was my favourite one as well.
The maggot child has been summoned. So the maggot child appears in the room, and what happens then is we have to take a hit on our fortitude as soon as it's summoned, and every round that we're in that room, we have to take a hit on the fortitude. Now, the thing is, we can use these monsters tactically. So how do we do that? So we need to go out of the room, use an action. We go into the room, yes, we'll take a hit from the monster, but then we can use 2d6 and then we can roll. If we get 6 and above, we can then control the monster.
Move it to someone else.
And we can move it to somebody else, or if we want, we can move it into the portal. So that somebody who's got all their items, they've got one more challenge to face, and potentially, if somebody wins and beats all the monsters in the room, you can have up to 4 in a room, including the portal. But if they lose, then I might be able to, on my turn, be able to rotate, have enough fortitude, then roll against that, and if I beat it, I win the game.
Which is perfect. That was the end. Once someone had all of their items after collecting enough pages, that was the most fun part, was trying to stop someone from winning. It was just good fun when you'd fight a monster, because we ended up having 3 monsters in the same room.
Yes.
And it was just getting crazy at that point.
And of course, when you've got 3 monsters in the room, you chain your attack. So you attack the first one, if you win, you attack the second and the third, and cause absolute mayhem. And the thing is, the monsters don't leave the board. So they stay there, and once you've got all of the level 1s out, then out come the level 2s to play.
And obviously
even more damage.
If you're playing on this kind of size, obviously there are more tiles if you wanted to make it bigger.
Yes, there's in the box, there's 16 tiles altogether. Obviously the 16th one is the portal, so that doesn't have a handle on it.
But obviously there's 8 monsters in the game, so you could fill almost half the rooms with monsters. It just makes it a nightmare getting around anywhere, which is quite funny. But also, again, going back to the curses, obviously blessings are nice, they're always quite nice. But the curses, being able to stab someone, it's not nice for them, but it was nice for you. Because you draw a curse card and you'd be a bit scared. But it was actually not so bad.
There's a sense of sadistic pleasure, that is true. However, every minus is not so bad that you can't recover. There's always a chance to recover, obviously by choosing a blessing or by using those beautiful works of art to nourish your soul and restore your fortitude.
And not just that, you can't die in the game.
No.
So obviously, if people could keep stabbing you or poisoning you or shooting you, or you could get hit by monsters, but you could still keep playing, which I thought was quite nice. That, you know, you're not just knocked out if people ganged up on you, or you just get kind of unlucky. We might,
if we don't win the game, we'll have to spend eternity browsing all of the books, but we won't die. We just continually walk around in a -5 state.
And look at mirrors. Painted, sorry.
Exactly. If it's if you're having a bad day, you can call it a -5 fortitude day, and then go and look at a nice painting to cheer yourself up.
Yeah. But also, again, final thing about the game was just the turning it for me. Obviously, it's we're in a different realm. We're in the crazy scientist's house, crazy professor's house, and obviously it just fits with the theme. And it was just good fun, like turning it so other people couldn't escape from a room if there was monsters in there, or turning it if someone had all their items, so if they didn't have enough fortitude, they couldn't actually get to the middle. So it was just good. I really like the spinning mechanic of the rooms. Obviously, everyone should check this game out. Horror in the Library. It's in the pre-release at the moment, right? Yeah, we've got a limited pre-release edition, which is signed by me. I've also done in the remaining boxes. Every box has got a nice little drawing that's unique, so I hand drew that in the game. Wow. They're available to buy UK Games Expo and online, but once they're gone, where they're moving into the Kickstarter phase. So that will be slightly different artwork. And we're also adding, so for people that have bought the game here and online, and people that are doing the Kickstarter, they will be able to access some extra things to add to their game. So just to give you a little preview, sneak peek. That's what we are
looking at secret rooms.
Okay.
We are looking at chairs. So chairs we can shove under a door to stop people coming through, come what may.
That's nice. That'll be good fun as well. I mean, obviously stopping people from getting to the end again, that'll be another way to do it, which is just quite funny, to screw over the person that's going to win, which is what I like to do the most. So, so this was Marcus. So thanks a lot for showing us Horror in the Library.
You're welcome, Tom.